Is Trump not overstepping his boundaries? Is he not abusing powers? By changing the name of the Kennedy Center to Trump Kennedy Center, is becoming a show of shame, like many Americans are believing, since he seems to have or want his name written on everything in the United States, not just this building, but buildings across the United States. So we're going to look at some content that explains this further. Then we'll come back and we analyze what is really the issue, and does he have that power to do so?
The iconic Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. is getting a name change. The Kennedy Center, of course, is a living memorial to President John F. Kennedy and has been since his assassination. But now it will be known as the Trump Kennedy Center. That's according to this post from the White House press secretary today. She says the highly respected board of the Kennedy Center have just voted unanimously to rename the Kennedy Center to the Trump Kennedy Center because of all the unbelievable work President Trump has done over the last year in saving the building. So who's on this board? Well, President Trump fired most of the original Kennedy Center Board of Trustees back in February and appointed his own people to the board. Trump himself is the board chairman, and the rest of the board consists of people like Susie Wiles, Trump's chief of staff, Dan Scavino, Trump's deputy chief of staff, Allison Lutnick, as in the wife of Trump's Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, Second Lady Usha Vance, and a bunch of other allies and mega donors to Trump's campaign and to the Republican Party. Heck, even Lee Greenwood, the guy who sings God Bless the USA, Trump appointed him to the board too. So the question is, does the Kennedy Center Board of Trustees have the power to do this? Well, of course, they can vote to do whatever they want. Usually, the Board of Trustees is deciding sort of the artistic direction of the Kennedy Center, like which productions should be playing at the theater, not normally things like this. But the fact is, the Kennedy Center is a federal government building. It was established through a law passed by Congress, so it's very likely that the name of the building cannot officially be changed without going through the standard government process, which would probably include things like a public comment period, and most likely would require a new law passed by Congress. Now, that doesn't mean the Trump administration won't try to change this name without going through all those steps. They probably will. But either way, this announcement is going to bring a lot of lawsuits, and this thing is not over yet.
Welcome back, guys. So what she's saying technically is that it is not something that the committee has the right to do, since it was brought into existence by the Senate, and it will take the Senate's voting to revoke the name of that, JF Kennedy Center. And so let's see how it goes. Let's look at one more 2 or 3 videos, then we'll come back to analyze, because for me, I think this is just an abuse of power.
You gotta watch this.
The so-called Kennedy Center board wants to rename the Kennedy Center after Donald Trump. Are you kidding me? Like, how does that help deal with the affordability crisis in this country? These people are pathetic. They are sycophants. And these are individuals right now who are bending the knee to a loser. The Republicans are losers. Why are you bending the knee at this point in time? It's not clear to you that, as Michael Ray Richardson, the great former New York Knick, once said, the ship be sinking? It's over. This is the Titanic. I don't get it. I really don't understand the situation.
The Kennedy Center is not just a building. The Kennedy Center is a memorial to John F. Kennedy, who lost his life serving as President of the United States. John F. Kennedy also served in the military. Yes, John F. Kennedy was a veteran who served his country, was injured almost fatally, and then moved on to politics, where he served in Congress and then became President of the United States. And while President of the United States, we watched this individual fight for civil rights, human rights, equality, economic growth, and peace all across the country and the world. He stood for unity. Yet, the Tangerine Twat Waffle doesn't stand for any of that. Because while Kennedy served in the military, the Tangerine Twat Waffle, he dodged the draft, 5 separate times, come up with an excuse of bone spurs. When Kennedy went into politics and earned his stripes and moved up into the political realms, Trump just wound up going on television, spouting a bunch of things that everybody wanted to hear, and didn't earn the position that he's in. John F. Kennedy deserves his name on the building because he paid the ultimate price for this country. The Tangerine Twat Waffle not only would never pay that price, but he would actually find a way for you to pay for it. He will enrich himself, enrich his family. He will ignore every law that governs this land, and he will make you pay for it. And yet, right now, this slimy son of a bitch is trying to put his name on a building that was a memorial for a president that not only served with honor and respect, but lost his life in the service of the country that he swore to protect.
So welcome back, guys. So what is happening now is that people, especially the Democrats, are saying that he has not done enough to deserve that, especially from our last analyst who said that Trump has never really paid the price that Jeff Kennedy has paid, and so he doesn't need to have his name. He does not deserve, he doesn't earn the right to have his name on the Kennedy Center. So I want to know what your thoughts are. What is your opinion concerning this subject matter? I want to hear from you, and please do not fail to subscribe to my YouTube channel Apollos25 for new updates and information. God bless America.